myself and with family and friends. So thank you so much for all of the lovely messages and good wishes and emails and everything that's been pouring in. I really, really appreciate it. So maybe at the end we will talk more about that if you guys wanted to, visit with me about that, but I don't want to take up a lot of time in the beginning of this video talking about that. I do want to say that as a thank you, this past weekend what I did was I had a coupon code thank you25, which I'm extending until May 1st because I didn't get a chance to announce it on video on YouTube. So it's thank you 25 for 25% off of all my programs, and 100% of the proceeds go to charity. So I'm doing this in honor of my dad, and I thought that this would be the best way to kind of honor his legacy, as him and my mom were really, really big on charity and doing things for other people. So that's what we have going on. Another announcement, housekeeping announcement, before we dive into the juicy content, is that I'm launching a 6-week series called High Value Queens in my Babes monthly membership. So if you're already in the monthly membership club for Babes Club, do nothing, you're already enrolled in that. And there's a Facebook group now that accompanies the course dashboard with all of the previous replays and things like that. The High Value Queens 6 sessions will be done in the Facebook group, but the recordings will be also available in the dashboard for those of you guys that are not on Facebook and watching this on YouTube or anywhere else that I post this. So don't worry if you're in the dashboard and you're not in the Facebook group that accompanies it. Don't worry, the replay will still be available. And so this will be 6 sessions in this series, and they launch this Wednesday and every Wednesday until all 6 are done. I'm really excited about that. If you're not in the Babes Club, now is a good time to join, as you get, you can use the Thank You 25 coupon code, and I believe it discounts the first 3 monthly payments, and then after that it goes back to regular price for you. So I have posted all of those links in the title of this. Welcome everyone, let's get started. Today we're talking about the karmic state of self-sabotage, and this is a really unique and interesting topic that I really wanted to touch on. Thank you so much, Fatima. Thank you. Hi, Jasmine, Gillis, Famina. I'm good. I'm doing good. I spent a lot of time off of social media and just like kind of sitting with my own feelings and spending a lot of quality time with my family and friends. Well, not so much friends right now, but just my family. And I'm now starting to kind of, get back into the groove of catching up on all of my missed sessions in my programs, and also, catching up with friends and things like that. So if you called me or messaged me and I haven't returned your call, rest assured, I'm just getting back into my groove, but I'm feeling good. I really am feeling good. I'll talk a little bit about this afterwards, about my dad's passing and how it happened and how I've come to terms with it and how I'm feeling a lot better about it now. Okay, so today we're talking about self-sabotage and basically karma and how that works. So if you guys are in my High Value Worthy Woman Toolkit, which by the way, I didn't get a really chance to announce this either, everything happened so fast, is that the toolkit is now complete. The last module, which you guys were waiting on, which was the shadow work module called Shade and Light, has been uploaded. So if you have already purchased that toolkit, it's now complete. You can go access that. If you purchase it now, you can get the 25% off. And so it's got the module on shadow work. So I talk a little bit about self-sabotage in there as well, and basically there's this concept that people are either good or bad, right? There's us, the good people, and then there's like the bad people, the bad stuff happens to. And sometimes when good people, us, when we do bad things, whether they're accidentally or on purpose or whatever, the general consensus is that now karma is going to get us, and that's kind of the universe's way of kind of evening out the the playing field, right? And I'm here to tell you that in the work that I do and the research that I've done and in the hundreds of people that I talk to throughout my practice, I've discovered that the whole concept of karma, and I'm not here to debate whether it exists or not, because I'm very spiritual, as you guys know, but I've studied a lot of different religions in depth. Having said that, though, I don't talk a lot about religion on my channel because I want to keep this very kind of neutral as far as everybody feeling welcome here. I will say, though, that in my practice and in my own life, what I have come to believe is that karma is just another way of self-sabotage. This is what I get from people that come to me and they have things that they have done in the past, things that they regret, things that they are in the process of either forgiving themselves or they've forgiven themselves for. there's this concept that karma is going to get me, or something that they did or something that happened to them, it was because of karma, because of something that they did. And then there's also this belief, well, what about other people? They have done bad things to me and karma is going to get them. Or, I don't get it, Mina, that person did something really bad to me and karma didn't do anything to them. So I grew up believing this thing too, that, it wasn't my job to seek revenge because karma would get them, the universe would get them. And I know many people personally that have done awful things in their life, either to me or to other people, and karma never got them. They're perfectly fine, they're living happy lives, they're content with themselves. And because I know them personally, I know that aside from the general normal things of life, like the highs and lows of normal life, nothing really bad happened to them. And this is what I've come to believe and accept, and this is my own personal opinion. This is not something that I found in a book or anywhere like that. After talking to hundreds of people and my own life experiences, I have come to believe that karma just is our own self-sabotage, our own shadow at play. It's almost like when we end up doing something bad that we think is bad, whether it's bad or not, if we think that we have judged ourselves harshly because we did something bad, we wait for something bad to happen. We wait for, God forbid, somebody to die. We wait for us to lose a relationship. We wait for us to get fired, to lose money, to get in a car accident. And it's almost like this sort of self-sabotaging behavior, because if it doesn't naturally happen, we create it. And then there's this sense of, well, the stakes are even now. It's like I paid it back my dues for having done that bad thing. And I see this in my practice over and over again for people creating these situations where everything is going fine, but they haven't fully accepted and forgiven themselves for doing something bad, but they have judged bad. And sometimes I question them and I place these questions in their head that, what if, one, that thing really wasn't bad, okay? And that's just kind of our interpretation of it. Secondly, what if there is no such thing as good people or bad people, that we are all good people and we're all bad people. We all do things that are sometimes bad and we all do things that are sometimes good. And that good and bad is based on our own societies or our own like cultural, religious assumptions, right, that we have created. So what if there is no concept of karma and that you were able to really accept yourself fully for the full range of human emotions that exist within you, and you can say, you know what, I am a human person with full ranges and I'm not good or bad, and that I have this range, right? I have a lower self and a higher self, and my higher spiritual self balances out my my lower human self. And sometimes I make mistakes and do things that don't hold up to my best self or my values, and then I correct them by accepting them, seeking forgiveness if that is due from other people, or forgiving myself, and then not waiting for karma to come and get me to kind of even out the playing field. And karma can often just be another word for self-sabotage. Girls, I see this over and over again, and I grew up believing in karma, so don't get me wrong. And from the cultural background that I come from, karma is it's a big thing. But what I keep seeing repeatedly is not really karma, it's us self-sabotaging. Because many times I often sense this sense of relief, because I will say, when we're talking in our communication or in our coaching sessions, when I dig deep, it's like, okay, well, why do you think this happened to you? Or, how did this come about? They think it was karma, but if you look at their behavior and the things that they did, it's like they did it to themselves without realizing it. They caused themselves to get fired, or to lose their business, or to get dumped, or to get divorced, or to get even in a sense, like get into the car accident that they think was karma, but it was their own actions that led up to that. And then even though they're sad about what happened because of karma getting them, but they also exhibit this sense of relief, like, oh my God, now I can start over again because I did something bad, karma got me, I maybe caused a loss to someone, I had a loss, and now I can start afresh. But I want to bring this into your kind of your awareness that if you are in that state where you have done something in your past, you're not going to be waiting for something bad to happen. And also, if somebody has done something bad to you, forget about watching that person or waiting for karma to get them. Because the truth is, if that person is the kind of person that is an authentic whole being and even if they had a bad moment and they hurt you or did something bad to you, but they accept it internally and they have worked through their inner work and they have forgiven themselves and in their own way they have repented for that, karma may not never get them because they are not going to be self-sabotaging them. So then you're going to be sitting there watching them going, well, go figure. Like when I did something bad, karma got me, but when that person did something bad, they're thriving, they're doing fine. So that's really what I have seen from my point of view. This is what is happening. Let me see what you ladies are saying. Hopefully I can see all of the comments. Okay, so if I missed your comment, sometimes it doesn't show up all of them, repost it. Also give me a thumbs up, hearts, let me know that you guys are engaging. When I take a break, and I've heard this from all YouTubers, from social media and videos, it takes a little bit to kind of get back into it. Your groove is kind of broken, right? So if give me some encouragement today, so help me get back into it. Femina said, is karma the energy you are putting out and getting back? Yes, that's a great way to also look at it, Femina, because it's you're walking on eggshells waiting for somebody to come and get you because you happen to do something that you consider bad. Then yes, that is the energy you're putting out. You're walking on eggshells. You're waiting for something to happen to you. And it's almost like when something bad does happen, I have encountered this in my own life when I have made a mistake that I judged very harshly versus saying, this is a mistake, I'm a human being, I have a full range of lower self qualities and higher self qualities, and as long as they're in my awareness and I'm balancing them out, I'm good. If you need more kind of guidance on how to become whole and authentic, really my High Value Worthy Woman Toolkit is the program for you because it works through all of that and helps you figure out what it means to really be authentic. When we say be authentic, it just means like, you know, if you like Starbucks, drink Starbucks. If you like walking on the beach, you walk on the beach versus doing something else. If you know, if it's authentically you to go horseback riding, we look at it as like a very superficial thing, but to be authentic means to be accepting of and digging deep for your shadows and becoming whole as a whole range of a person, right? It's different than what we think of as far as I'm being authentic right now by not dating that guy because he's too short for me or something like that, you know? Be yourself is what we think is authentic, but we don't know who we are, right? What does it mean? Be yourself. Who are you? Like if you get asked that question, who are you? Many of us don't even know how to answer that. We start saying, oh, well, I'm Mina, I'm a wife, I'm a mom. Well, really, those are just the roles that I play in my life, right? Those can change throughout different seasons of my life. What happens when my children are grown and then I'm not mommy anymore? Or what happens if I get a divorce and I'm not a wife anymore? Does that mean that's not me? So that's, when we think of authentic, we think of very superficial things, but really to be authentically whole is having done our inner work and shadow work and be accepting a full range of human qualities that exist within us. All right. Yes, Song. So happy to have you. Okay. Let me see. Oh, it seems like I'm missing comments because, let me see. Let me go back. If you feel like I missed your comment, repost it. I hate it when it does that. Yeah, see, I don't know why it's doing that. I can't see all of the... Sorry, bear with me, ladies. Okay, Cynthia, I can read your comments. Let me see that. Cynthia said, it's easy to wait for someone or some situation to appear. Then we allow to create drama in our lives. Some of us can even be addicted to it. In other words, people get attention for talking to friends about their dramatic experiences. Yes, I totally agree. It can be very addicting. This is kind of a whole different topic, but let me touch on that a little bit, Cynthia, because this, as a parent, and I'm going to be talking about this in my High Value Kids program, which will be launching later this year. This is a tricky realm to walk because when your children come to you and they are talking about their friends or the drama that's happening at school or something bad that happened to them, the pain that they might be experiencing, you have to be really careful in how you react to that, because how you react, what your default is when your children come to you with this stuff really shapes on how they become as they get older and how they start interacting in their relationships. So this is where it's like, I find that it's much better to sit with somebody's pain versus overly sympathizing with them, because I've noticed that in my own children, and often I work with children of my clients, and there's a theme. If you are the type of parent that overly sympathizes with them, probably because this is a shadow of yours and something that you haven't come to terms with in your own childhood, and if your child is going through that, which life has a funny way of doing that to you, you will be showing overly concern and a lot of sympathy when your child, and what you'll notice is that their stories and the things that they come up with and the experiences keep getting worse and worse and worse, and not so much necessarily in how they're actually happening, but how they're perceiving it and how they're coming up to you with it, because it's like now they've created this dynamic of getting a lot of attention from you from all of these negative experiences. So a lot of times when you have grown up, let's say your friends or your spouses or your relatives, you know, the people that are really married to their drama or married to their illness, and it's like that's all they talk about. They have gotten this high. They get this high from getting that sympathy from you, from getting this, it's like they think that they're connecting with people this way by getting this sympathy. But really the best way to work with these people is to not give them the sympathy. There is a way to be empathetic with your body language and with what you don't say just as well as what you say, because in that way you let them know that they're completely heard. I heard you, I hear you, I feel your pain, but I'm not going to feed into it, and I'm definitely not going to promote it. So we'll talk more about that in the High Value Kids program, but this can also apply to grown-ups, because oftentimes these people are grown people that we're interacting with, coworkers, siblings, things of that nature. Hi Poonam, hi Lindsay. Awesome, thank you Melissa. It's a cute little dress that I recently got from Target. Thank you Carrie. Green and blue are definitely my favorite colors to wear, so thank you for the compliment. I know that I missed some comments. I think I can get them here. Let me see. No, I can't get them here either. What's going on? I don't know why it does that. I am not sure. I guess we're having technical glitches today, but okay, Gillis, I see your comments. So she said, I believe this too. You have to stay positive anyways. That attracts the next positive thing in our life. And to accept and forgive is so hard to do, but the most important thing to do. Otherwise, we stuck in the negative thoughts and create more negativity called karma. Exactly. You know, practice sitting with your pain. Practice sitting with your feelings, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. This is going to be weird. I'm still in shock, and I'm going to do a separate live chat on this too. I have so much to tell you guys because I haven't been on in a while, so it's just gonna all be coming out right now. But I have faced so many of my lifelong fears, things that I thought like that there was no way that I could face. I had a really big fear of roller coasters and heights and water, you know, just fears that have been ingrained in me from childhood, and I've been able to overcome them. Like I can sit on the scariest of roller coasters now. I'm you know, swimming is a work in progress, but I'm able to go in the water and like float and things that I thought there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to do, simply by surrendering and sitting with my feelings. So it's like fear, I found for myself, resides mostly in my head when I'm thinking what bad stuff can happen to me, right? And so it's the weirdest thing, and people are shocked that have known me, like my own siblings, since childhood, and they're like, we can't figure out this weird calm that you have when you're going to do things that are really scary for you and have always been scary for you. And I'm like, I can't really explain it either, other than I just accept it. So when I'm feeling fear, I say, I'm feeling fearful right now, and I'm going to feel fear through this, and I'm just gonna do it. And I just stay so grounded and present, because fear, the only way you can let it grow is if you get it in your head. Then it's like, oh my God, I could die, I could drown. It's gonna feel awful to drown. Drowning is one of the most awful deaths you can have, or roller coasters. You know, I start thinking about all the things in the news of like that one roller coaster that flipped over or whatever, you know? And so now it's like, okay, I'm about to go do something scary. I'm gonna go do it. I'm feeling the fear. I'm here right now, present. And my son that was on a roller coaster with me said he heard me laughing through one of the, you know, roller coasters, and I'm like, I remember that moment because I was just like, oh my God, like this feminine energy stuff of being completely present makes you almost invincible. Because I could even imagine myself doing bungee jumping now, jumping off of cliffs, moving airplanes, and just being like, okay, I'm doing this right now, and I'm really present, and I'm not fearful, because in order to be fearful, I would have to be in my head, but I'm not in my head, I'm present. And it's this weird feeling. I wish I had learned this stuff earlier in my life, but I'm so glad that I learned it early enough, to be able to enjoy it, hopefully for a really long time. But once you understand that a lot of what we create in our lives, a lot of the emotional intensity or emotional investment that we have in things, a lot of the karma that we think we seem to be attracting, it's just all us. It's all our mindset. You can turn it off and you can turn it on, just with your thoughts and your mindset. It really is life-changing. That's why I love the work that I do, because I see people being transformed every single day through this work. And that's why I also offer this as free trainings as often as I can, because this information should be available to everyone. And if you have children, you need to start learning and embodying this so you can start teaching the next generation. Jasmine said, I'm going to skydive on my birthday. I'm scared but excited. Oh, that is so exciting. I love it. I love it. I grew up being kind of like, envious of the people that were so just adventurous and trying new things. And I try new things all the time, but there were some things that were really holding me back, like the water stuff or the height stuff or the roller coaster stuff. And now I feel like I can take it. I can take anything on and just be completely present for it and feel it, even if it's painful, even if it's fearful, even if it's sad. It is what it is. You don't try to change it. You don't try to mold it. You don't try to mask it. You accept it for what it is and you just work through it. Fatima said, looks like you are completely letting go to enjoy what is here now. Yes. If you can surrender to water or height or nature or the roller coaster, you can basically surrender to anything then, because you have surrendered to life and said, I am here, I've showed up to be an audience, to be a participant, and I'm not here to be the ringleader or the person that runs the show. I'm here to just kind of, it's like, I'm not going to say what I was going to say because I might offend some people, religious people especially, but here's what I will say. To the people that say that they have faith or they are people of faith, are you really? Think about it this way. I coach so many people, right? I talk to a lot of people because of my YouTube channel, and I have access to people from all over the world. And what I'm coming to find is that people have no clue what faith is. They talk about faith, they participate in faith, they have rituals around faith, but they don't really, really have faith. Because if you have faith, there is no room for worry in your life. Because you can either have faith or you can have worry. You can't show up as both. I can't show up and saying, I trust the universe and I surrender, and then I'm worried, oh my God, what's going to happen? Is this going to work out for me? I just said I surrendered to the universe. I have faith. So if you have faith, you have to show up in the world being open and accepting of everything and floating and flowing through life and seeing what comes your way. And then the world becomes your show. It becomes your playground. So then if you are a believer in God, then God is your leader and you're surrendering to him, then you can't be controlling the outcome. There can't be two leaders. Either you move over and make space for God, or then you become God. There's only two options, right? And so if I'm showing up and saying, I have surrendered to the universe, I'm flowing through life, I'm accepting what's coming through, and I'm present, and then I'm dealing with the situation as it comes versus being anxious. And keep in mind, I'm somebody that grew up with being anxious. I had full-blown anxiety, right? And I grew up with a parent that had full-blown anxiety, and he was able to overcome it himself as well. And so it's really about being able to surrender. So you can't be saying, I trust in God, I go to church every Sunday, I celebrate Christmas and Easter and do everything, but I worry and I have anxiety. Because that means that you're trying to control your situation. You're in your head, you're worried, and you're not really letting this higher being coming in and letting you surrender. You can't be surrendered and be worried at the same time. That even in relationship, that's like saying, I trust my husband, I have surrendered to him as my masculine power, but I'm always looking over his shoulder to make sure he did everything right and reminding him of things that he should have packed, or did you forget to pay that bill, or did you remember to pay that bill? I'm not surrendered. I'm micromanaging him. There isn't room for two of us to be leading in here, right? There's a pilot and a co-pilot. We both can't be the pilot. So you can apply this to many different things. And this isn't to Again, I'm a very liberal person. This is a very open space. There's no judgment here. I have people from all different realms, but I want you to, without judging yourself, ask yourself, are you really a person of faith? Are you showing up in life surrendered enough to be able to be present and accept what is, sit with your pain, sit with your happiness, be in the moment, and be a participant and an audience member versus someone that's running the show all the time and controlling every aspect of your life and everybody else's life? Lindsay said, love this. Yes, good. Fatima said, absolutely, so right. Amen. Awesome. Zeba said, amen. Love that, ladies, that you guys are able to connect. Poonam said, I'm very scared of water. Have tried multiple coaches, but they have always given up on me. But I still want to swim so I can enjoy amazing hotel pools and water sports. Any suggestion? Yes, Poonam. So I also grew up deadly scared of water, as did my brother. And so we thought about maybe something happened to us as as children that was like covered up or something. I don't know. But my brother was able to overcome it. And the way that I'm overcoming it, this is a work in progress for me, is I tried the coaches and all that, and they tried to like make me face my fear before I was ready to face my fear, and it always made me feel very uncomfortable and not trusting of them. So I stopped hiring coaches, and I decided I was going to do it on my own. And so I started with, when my kids were in the pool, I would just sit there with my feet in the water. That's it, with my legs dipping in. Then I worked my way up to standing in the water, and that's it. My kids were not even allowed to splash water on my face. I was like, do not come near me, or this is over, we're never coming to the pool again, kind of thing. Then I worked my way up to being able to hold on to the side and floating. So I allow myself to just be at one with the water, face that I am fearful, face that I'm surrendering, and just be fully present and not force urgency that I have to learn how to swim. Just be that I'm just accepting that this is me. I'm here right now in the water, and I'm just becoming one with the water. And so that's why I say it's a work in progress, because I'm not trying to rush myself. I'm not trying to force myself doing it. I'm just trying to become friends with the water right now without having an agenda. So that's where I would recommend that you start, is just being near water. First start with looking at water, then be in water, touch water, say hi to water, splash it on your face, and just start there. Femina said, love, also you took small steps and got comfortable where you are. Yes, because for something that's that deadly of a fear, like roller coasters and water have been two of my biggest ones. And also with the roller coasters, I worked my way up. I started with the kiddie coaster with the kids one, and then did like the medium one, and then I just went for the craziest one. And once I knew that, what I do is when I'm standing in line, I chit chat with my kids and my husband, and there's no thought of, I'm going to go on here, it's going to be awful. I don't look at it. I'm not focused on it. I'm focused on myself and the conversations and being present. And when I get on, all of my energy goes into my belly area. It goes into my womb. And when my energy is in my womb, I'm fully present, so I can't be thinking. That's it. That is the trick to me being able to do anything now. Like, I honestly believe I can go and do zip lining now. I can do bungee jumping. I can do it because I know that feeling of being, it's almost like you're meditating when you're there. So you're so fully present that you can't be thinking about anything bad happening, or you can't be fearful, because you're almost like in this sense of you're zoned out. You're like in a meditative zone. It's the weirdest thing. I was never a meditator. Like, that was just not me. I thought it was crazy I couldn't do it, and I didn't understand those people that could like meditate and be burnt a fire and not feel burnt, like not feel heat. I can completely understand it though now, because when you are so fully present, that fear just doesn't exist. Gillis said, could you give some tips to accept things that happened to you and how to forgive others? So there is going to be a live chat that I'm going to be doing on acceptance. It's going to be in my Babes Club, but I'll try to do, I don't know if you're in there, Gillis, but if you're not, I'll try to do a free version of that too. I don't want this to be too, it's all over the place as it is, but I don't want it to get even more diverted. So I have made a note of that. Jasmine said, wow, that resonates. I have to try this. I believe a woman's soul is in her womb, so there may be some connection. I believe it, Jasmine. It's the weirdest thing. If you told me this a couple of years ago, that I would be able to ride roller coasters by simply being in my womb, I would have thought you're like some crazy woo-woo girl, and I would be like, bye, we can't be friends because this is just strange. But I've done it, and it's the weirdest thing. And these are fears that were like major fears, right, for me, but I don't, fear resides in your head, like the fake kind of fear, the one where you're like trying to psych yourself out. It's all in your head because you're thinking of what could go wrong. But if you're not thinking, if you're in your womb, then that's it. For sure, Gillis, that will be coming. Let me see, yeah, it's not coming up on here either. What is going on? Okay, ladies, so let me, again, if you guys missed the announcements, thank you. 25 coupon code gets you 25% off of all programs, and it's active until May 1st. I've extended it 1 day. All proceeds go to charity, 100%. Also, I'm launching a new program, High Value Queens. It's a six module series in my High Value Babes Facebook group. If you are already there, then you'll just be seeing that starts on Wednesday. But you can join now, and you get access to all of the replays from all the wonderful training sessions we've had, and you can join in this High Value Queens series that starts this Wednesday. It will be happening every Wednesday. Hi, Meghna. Oh, welcome, babe. So, ladies, I will wrap this up here. And we will definitely be doing another chat about acceptance and forgiveness, and I hope that this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay. Don't forget, thank you 25 gets you 25% off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.